We will be talking about public speaking. How is it that newcomers can adapt that skill? How is it that they can use it in their everyday lives, their professional lives, and work towards success? There's still some confusion around whether public speaking is the same thing as communicating very freely or clearly. So who better than Gloria over here today to start with and understand exactly what the difference is or what the similarities are?
Thank you, Shruti. First, I want to dispel the myth that public speaking is only for people who speak to large groups. That is not the case. And so when you hear public speaking, think of it as the conversations you're having in a meeting or with your boss or with your friends. It's the discussions that you will have. It's any kind of speaking or any kind of interaction you have with someone. And communicating clearly is what is needed in public speaking, to freely and clearly and persuasively express your thoughts and your ideas so that they're easily understood. And if whatever it is that you're saying requires some action, it will be easier for the person you're speaking to participate in that or acquiesce to your action for whatever it is.
So that brings me to you, Marcella. Tell me a little about what are the top challenges that you think newcomers, maybe as part of your club or others that you may have interacted with, typically face when it comes to when they move to Canada and vis-a-vis, with respect to communicating?
So, well, as newcomers, all of us face first the language, right? The language barrier of learning how to communicate effectively in a second language, using the correct words. Those skills, we need to practice them in order to avoid those mistakes. Because here in Toronto, as you mentioned, a city that is full of newcomers and from people with different backgrounds, we need to communicate among each other, trying to understand their background, our own background, and now complying in a common culture. So practicing our public speaking skills is a must, because when you go to an interview, you need to sell yourself. If you do not have that vocabulary to sell yourself with all the skills that you have in your mother tongue, it's going to be very difficult to find that first job, that Canadian experience. That's something that we face as newcomers, right?
Definitely.
So also explaining ourselves with a good accent, with a good pace, a good tone. All of us have an accent, that's for sure. And also in our own mother tongues, we have a pace. We speak faster. For example, my mother tongue is Spanish. Everybody knows that people who speak Spanish speak really fast, which is not the same case as in English. So practicing it on a weekly basis with friends, with people that you feel confident, will allow you to get better opportunities and to connect with more people.
Of course, public speaking is something that, as a topic itself, or the very two words can be scary for a lot of people. There's a lot of misunderstanding of the term. Some people feel like they're able to communicate very freely with people, but when it comes to public speaking, they suddenly have cold feet.
Don't think of public speaking as something fearful. It is not necessarily a gift that you were born with, because it's something that can be learned. So don't fear it, just do it. Of course, you have to know how to do it properly before you become more confident. So I usually do tongue twisters. And the tongue twisters that I was doing was not working because I was so familiar with them, like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So I thought, okay, I can't do that. So I got another tongue twister, and I will attempt to say it now. I haven't mastered it correctly, but while I was practicing this tongue twister before the speech, I was just laughing so much that it really relieved the tension. I didn't have to do anything else to relieve the tension. So the tongue twister goes like this. A skunk sat on a stump and thought the stump stunk, but the stump thought the skunk stunk. Wow. And try saying that fast. It's so hilarious. So that's something that I do to relieve nervousness.